party when I come to time. You can bring your mama, daddy, sister, and your cousin out. Everybody wanna kill the king, like shit, wanna take the crown. I can see through it like a stomach with a other sign. When I hit the gas, I be going like 100 miles. They be getting tired, running out like 100 house. All up in my business, real nose like a bloodhound. I'ma throw them off like I'm standing on a picture mound. All they do is look at Instagram while they sit around. Hate me in real life, but you liking pictures now. Oh, everybody acting different now. Finally trying to see what I be on. Got a different style, they be at the brand new when they know I've been around. Got a fake smile on your face cause you been inclined. I can say a lot, but I'm not. Gotta keep it down, making sure nobody drown. I'm my brother, keep it now. Mike Jack hit me up and said I gotta beat it down. Turn me up when I'm on your speaker now. Cool, tear it down, tear it down, tear it down, tear it down, tear it down. Boosted up my cardio, I used to get to run around. I've been doing this since I had to work at mama house. Tear it down.
It's the NFL on EA Sports. And at center stage, it's the Raiders' veteran linebacker. He put up numbers.
Two clubs here, each looking to rebound from a Week 1 loss as we're underway on EA Sports. And the opening kickoff will not be returned as that will be a touchback. So here comes the Raiders offense now onto the field. Bringing him out is the future Hall of Famer, now in his 18th NFL season, Aaron Rodgers. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. A check on the numbers for Chubb from a week ago. 11 carries, 55 yards.
Just an all-right day from him last week. He really didn't break out for the huge yardage he had hoped going in. I talked with him before the game, though, and he knows this is a new, fresh opportunity. He's put last week behind him, and his focus, getting some extra yardage with every carry he receives this week.
And this is going to be a Raiders first down as the tackle made at about the 38.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
They'll throw down the field, caught by his running back. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
They go with the empty set there. 5 receivers in the formation. Normally, you want to have a running back in to block, but in this case, he's lined up to the right, and he ends up getting the football. A lot of confusion calls defensively, and it turns into a big play.
So the ball moves from 138 to the other as they come up on 1st and 10. Up the middle, it's Chubb. And he'll get it inside the 35.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw here taken in by Ingram. And they're going to have the first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 23. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. Jordan Brooks on the tackle. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I like to keep carrying.
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Nick Chubb, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Raiders are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by Mevis is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And Nick Chubb the one to finish it off as he does so with a touchdown run. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. So out come the Cardinals now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the former NFL MVP, already a 2-time Pro Bowler in his 5th season out of Louisville, Lamar Jackson. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. Kingsley Kiki there on the tackle. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Jackson. And the Raiders have got him. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Defense is always talking about not letting Lamar Jackson get comfortable. A good job there on his opening drive of making him uncomfortable.
And you're talking about doing it so early in the game because all week long there's been anxiety on the defensive side of the ball. How do we keep this guy hemmed in? How do we tackle him? To get it done that early, that's got to feel great for them.
Cook up the gut. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Second down, they go right back to Cook. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line. The Raiders call on a nickel set here for 3rd down. Here's Jackson. Complete to Hilton. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. The Cardinals had 0-1 in the year following the loss in the opener. And what doubly stings for them, CD, they lose week 1 at home, and now here on the road week 2. So it's certainly not a must-win, but boy, you hate to start a season with 2 straight losses.
Yeah, because you sort of feel like you're playing from behind right from the beginning, and that can really mess with your confidence. Plus, if you get to 0-2, here come the articles, here comes the sports talk shows, pointing out the small percentage of teams that make the playoffs after they begin a season 0-2.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. He'll get 4 yards of the carry there, and we will get to the end of the first quarter play. Cardinal football here to start quarter number 2. As they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. This time Jackson will throw it. Open man, it's complete to Higgins. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5. They'll try the middle with Cook. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Play action. It's Jackson sliding out of the pocket. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
Running for it. Here's Cook. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. This offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. They trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Jerry Jeudy, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cardinals are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Gold with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Igbenogany elects not to return it. The football will come out to the 25-yard line. 2nd drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Rodgers' throw there, caught by Gallup. And some room to work. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
On first down, Rodgers. It's caught at the 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Michael Gallup, 46 yards. And the Raiders have taken the lead. Now, he's tough to contain as it is, but in man coverage with a pretty deep pass downfield, really tough to contain.
And it's so difficult because every play you've got to consider he might try and run past you. So your goal as a defensive back is to give him plenty of cushion, meaning lots of space between you and him. If he wants to catch the short stuff, come up and secure the tackle, hit him a bunch during the game, and try and keep him in front. If you turn your head for a second, if your concentration wanes, he just takes off and goes. And I think that's what we just saw there.
This taken in at the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game. And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22. On 2nd and 9, Jackson. Oh, ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. Over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw, or maybe the ball's tipped, or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
They go up the middle with Chubb. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give them 12 yards that time, and a Las Vegas first.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Rodgers now on first down. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Chris Olave from 19 yards away. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Mevis is up and good. And it's now 21-7. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way, because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete, and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the first half here, a long way to go. looking to throw on second down. Jackson. And he'll spot Higgins open left side. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. The Cardinals on third down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. Jackson now. And he fires one that's intercepted. Trent McDuffie with a pick. And the Raiders are going to take possession. Offensively by the rookie, coming up with the INT.
And that's a late-round pick right there, making a first-round impact. And a lot of these day 3 corners end up winding up on special teams and sub-packages and even on the practice squad. But he's really made an impact on this defense, and he comes up with the interception there.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. This is caught, and he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A good pickup there, a 22.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball across the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape.
And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Janovich, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Raiders have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Extra point by Beavis is up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive. And they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Throwing again on second down. Jackson. That's going to be caught by Judy. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. So the new weapon just picked up via the trade, making an impact here right away.
And what you like about getting guys who catch passes, you don't have to spend a lot of time in the playbook. You just tell them to dial up a route and get the ball in their hands.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Good defensive call right there because they had someone shadowing him along his entire route. And he was right there ready to provide a hit that prevents him from making another catch to his big start.
This one complete to Mecole Hardman. Now another timeout called for by the offense as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. To throw again is Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw is Jackson. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. On 3rd down, Jackson. Got a man, it's Judy, complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 20-yard line. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. Oh, for the third time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked off by Quan Alexander. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we have reached halftime here in Vegas with the Raiders on top. As we are off to Orlando now to check in. Sorry, Coach, put a pin in that. We are going to move right on to the third quarter here. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Lamar Jackson marching back onto the field. And he's got to be wondering what happened in that first half. 3 interceptions, very uncharacteristic.
And even the great ones go through phases like this, like what we just saw. And most of them, they have such a mental capacity to throw it out and essentially start over. I think that's where he's headed now.
He's got his opportunity to throw it out. Let's see how he does. Starting the third quarter with Cook. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
I'd say it's pretty good strategy. If you throw interceptions on back-to-back drives, let's see if the running backs can handle the ball a little bit, get things going. And also, you motivate your offensive line. I think they're in the mood to fire out and hit someone.
I thought the defense, though, might be a little more prepared for that run. Pretty good gain on the ground. From the 30 on 2nd down, Jackson. And the catch made by Hilton. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Give to Cook out of the gun. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
On 2nd down, it's Cook again. 45 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. Fourth down. Here's Jackson. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. 12 yards to pick up. Good enough for an Arizona first. Jackson from the shotgun. Here as he's taken down. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Up the middle, it's Cook. Give him 6 on the run. It'll be 3rd down now with still a long way to go to get to the first down marker. Here's Jackson to throw. throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'm guaranteeing he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. So here are the Raiders now to take over. They've got the lead here as they begin this drive, trying to get that bad taste out of their mouth from the loss last week to the LA Chargers. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
Flushed out right. Javon Hargrave drops him for a loss of 14 yards, and it also brings up fourth down. Here's Cameron Johnston now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone.
Hardman on the return.
And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds.
A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return.
And the Cardinals, great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson.
Completes a pass to Judy on the crossing pattern. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Now Jackson on first down. Steps away to his left. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable. And that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play, and it'll be a third and about 30. And now the clock will stop as he's able to get up and spike it here. Robbie Gould on now to try the field goal. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. The kick by Gould is good, and the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
Now it's Gould after splitting the uprights to kick this one away.
Igbenogany elects not to return it. The football will come out to the 25-yard line.
So out come the Raiders. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
33 yards that time. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. It's the Raiders with the lead and the football here as we get ready to start quarter number 4.
Things looking much rosier for them here in week 2. They work with the lead as they've got it 1st and 10. Chubb will get the call running left. And some space here. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. 77 yards rushing now for Chubb, and a 1st down as well. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Nick Chubb with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. This offense certainly looking a lot more comfortable here at home. They lost last week in the opener on the road, but there's something about that home opener makes you feel more settled.
Yeah, I wish we could quantify it, too, because you're playing the same game. The field's the same, size. We know all of that. But being at home, sometimes when you do things well, you get that extra push from your home fans, and it elevates your game.
And in the driver's seat right now. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against him.
Handoff comes to Cook. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, obviously, they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead, now, they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now. Throwing on 2nd and long. Jackson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The offense on 3rd down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. Jackson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Trent McDuffie with a pick. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football.
That interception may be the exclamation mark on what really all around has been a good performance.
A fantastic performance. They will enjoy film session. Their grade should be very good on this one. And I think the next time the offense gets the ball, I just think about running it and getting the clock done and getting the heck out of here.
And by the way, semantics here, but before the grammar police come after me, I think it's exclamation point, not mark, right?
You're asking me? Seriously?
Yeah, you're smarter than me. Everybody knows that.
Listen, I go with what you say, my man.
Man open left side is Brown. And out of bounds right around the 20. The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down. They'll try the draw now with Chubb. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
So after 5 touchdowns offensively, hey, maybe it's time to get the kicker a little work, and he's able to connect there.
I love that empathetic side of you. You're worried about him getting some action, getting to be a part of the game. Well, he got in and got it done.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And the Raiders pick it up. And they take over already 5 yards deep into the red zone at the 15-yard line. And Chubb will try the middle here. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Here's Rodgers. Tries the left side and finds Olave. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. The one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
Chubb, only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
On 2nd and goal, Rodgers. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Now Mevis for the PAT. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that drive, 4 plays. And it ends with a Las Vegas touchdown. On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. They'll go option to the short side. The quick feet by Jackson. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Chubb running right. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Lead us on to attempt the point after.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So 2 plays on that scoring drive. That's how they drew it up. And a long run into the end zone, and what a run it was.
Fielded just outside the goal line.
And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line.
Even after that big-time return. It's not looking great for them today, but if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
And they'll begin by running the option. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. This will be caught. Judy. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. They run the option here on 1st and 10. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line.
Why would I ever have to cop a chain a game when the QB chain birthed most of the chains in the game? No post office, we stamping time. Took a slice out of the big apple, made apple pies, family size. Leather bombers and Nike Sacai's. Dangerous corners, you better pray that tomorrow arrive. Rap, Sugar Ray Robinson, nothing sweet. Y'all too out of shape to even box with me. Heavyweight, I know my way around the ring. Just like Shorty know a way around the storm. Making hits with Hit Boy, all he gotta do is hit record. Record-breaking news, had to show up just to fill a void. Confused, spoiled little boys, y'all better keep your poise. Leave me out of the weasel. Be cool when you see me, I'm hot at all that rap deep. The hood know you, so we don't borrow, believe in it. Locked in on the instrumental.